From Lynn Family Stadium, we get set for Racing Louisville and OL Reign. We've got a Tuesday night NWSL matchup. Hello, everyone from around the globe. Alongside Gary Bailey, I'm Maura Sheridan. Glad to have you along with us. Now, this is a Racing Louisville team that is in 11th place right now in the NWSL standings. Right now, it's been 8 games since Racing Louisville has pulled up a victory. And for OL Reign, just floating above that playoff line in 5th place right now. Get set for kickoff. Again, a Tuesday night matchup, a little bit strange. Both of these teams, Gary, played this weekend, so it's going to be an interesting match for both teams, just trying to, stay fit and stay energized, I think.
Yeah, Laura Harvey in picture there was a little bit upset that they played Saturday and have to travel this distance all the way across country to play Louisville.
Well, there you go. First kick underway. Again, OL Reign Racing Louisville already played this year. It was way back in the beginning of May, as you see Megan Rapinoe with a cross in front. Already a stop for Lund. Off the rebound, the second chance is cleared out. My goodness, Lavelle with an opportunity to start for OL Reign.
What a cross from Megan Rapinoe. What a fantastic player she is, back in the side. Been out for quite a while, been involved with international duty, but what a welcome side back for OL Reign. What a fantastic cross. And Rose Lavelle, let's be fair, this is a very, very decent save from Katie Lund here. 1 save, 2 with her feet as well. What a good start to this match.
Well, this will result in a corner. Of course, Rapinoe will be the one to take it. It's Rapinoe and Heitema up top today for OL Reign. Little, Fishlock, Lavelle left to right in the midfield. Of course, Quinn will hang back. We'll do it again. Just to round out that lineup for OL Reign, they've got left to right Barnes, Hyatt, Cook, and Huerta in the back. Of course, Huerta scored in the last match for OL Reign, a fantastic comeback victory against Angel City on the road. Going to replicate that tonight. Maybe not the comeback part. Rapinoe through the air. Shot put on and a goal! It's Fishlock! Jess Fishlock puts OL Reign on the board. About 90 seconds into this match.
What a start for Laura Harvey and her side. I mean, they should be 2-0 up, to be fair. But in the space of a couple of minutes, they've had 2 great chances. The keepers had a double save for the first one. Second one, Jess Fishlock hitting the back of the net. Megan Rapinoe with both those crosses, one from the left-hand side and this from the right. But where's the marking? Yet slightly comes off the back of Gemma Bonner. That makes it difficult for Katie Lund to read it. And the keeper can't get a dive in. But Racing Louisville, you're at home and you've given the opposition 2 great opportunities in the space of 2 minutes.
Well, this is the earliest goal for OL Reign this year. In fact, they only had 1 goal prior to this one before the 30th minute. So this is the hottest start for OL Reign. And I guess all that traveling didn't make too much of a difference. DeMello, no, a foul. Harvey Rapinoe frustrated. You saw the rip of the jersey. We won't get that foul there. And then a frustration foul from Fishlock. I think some retaliation.
Well, very emotive on the touchline there, Laura Harvey. She must be pumped up with this start. And for Racing Louisville, as you mentioned, sitting in 11th position, right near the bottom of the table. They need a fantastic run between now and the end of the season, which is, only 9 games away. And this is the worst possible start for the home side. With Laura Harvey, she's pumped up, as she was against Angel City.
Well, Davis with that rip there just goes wide for Racing Louisville. But again, how about Megan Rapinoe? Remember, Rapinoe did not play the last match, not because she wasn't selected, but because she could not. She got a red card, or a double yellow, I should say, way before CONCACAF, way before international duty, and because she was with the U.S. Women's National Team, never actually served that suspension. So she finally did in that last match against Angel City, and now clearly back and ready to go.
Looking fantastic. Her last actual match was USA against Colombia. She got 65 minutes in that 2-0 victory. Heitema, by the way, very, very good to see her. Just the 1 match she played in the last game, but plays at number 9 very well. And as a 21-year-old, I was surprised. 51 caps already for Canada at 21 years of age. What a talent she must be.
Rapinoe off the turnover. Fishlock thought about it. Again, scored in the 2nd minute here for OL Reign. Now Haitama, one of the many pickups by Laura Harvey. Really around that international break, June was a big month for signed Tobin Heath. Actually, her rights were from Racing Louisville. Brought in Kim Little on loan, and then of course brought in Haitama, who in the long term I think will be the biggest player that they've brought in this stretch, just because, like you said, only 21 years old.
And she had 2 good chances in that first half against Angel City, forced Haricic into a couple of saves, so very impressed with young Jordan Haitama.
Pressure up top, and this one cleared out. Let's take you through that Racing Louisville lineup. They'll run a 4-3-3. Left to right, in the back line, Fox, Lester, Bonner, and Malay. And then they've got Chidiac, Murray, who we think is going to sit back a little bit, and Howell left to right in the midfield. DeMello, Davis, and McDonald will be up top.
Fishlock did so well in the last match against Angel City. She hit the crossbar in the first half. She won the penalty which Kim Little had saved. And she says, okay, I'll do it myself. And she scored a fantastic bender into the far corner in the 54th minute. So superstar performance last match against Angel City, and often running within the first 2 minutes here today.
Fishlock, of course, Player of the Year in 2021. Lavelle, this one chipped forward. Off to the races for OL Reign. In the box, here's a cross, and it makes its way to lunge, trying to find Rapinoe.
A little bit too easy for them down that right-hand side there. OL Reign. And they say that if you want to stop them playing, you've got to stop Sophia Huerta. Well, she just had acres to run into there on that right-hand side of OL Reign. She's a fantastic player, probably one of the best right fullbacks in the world. In fact, that's certainly what her manager Laura Harvey thinks. She told us so.
Well, she showed off her stuff this weekend with a goal in that comeback against Angel City.
A goal or a golazo? It was top corner. It's a strike that was.
Yeah, and Huerta, I mean, 34 goals in her career. As you see, Kim Bjorkegren is going to have to deal with Huerta today. And also has 28 assists. That's second all-time in NWSL history. The all-time assist leader is Jess McDonald, also in this game for Racing Louisville.
Tough times for Kim Bjorkegren. He does desperately need a result. It's Chidiac, and she scored a fantastic goal against Portland.
I mean, really no angle at all for Chidiac. That was her first NWSL goal, and she was the first Australian player to score since 2019, Chidiac was.
When you say there's no angle, there literally wasn't. She was on the touchline and just squeezed it between Bella Bixby and the post. Fantastic finish.
DeMello. Tripped up by Fishlock. We've got a free kick coming.
Tough player, Fishlock. She can score goals, but she also defends and stops counter-attacks. Crucial player for OL Reign. Either ball or player, she was getting one of the two.
Maybe a little far out here, but DeMello does have 2 free kick goals this year. She's the only NWSL player to do so. As she goes for it there, and that one blocked away easily. Rose Lavelle off the pickup. There's Kim Little. Rapinoe. Push ahead to Lavelle. They connected before, and luckily for Racing Louisville, Lester is there.
Such intelligent play from Megan Rapinoe. She just puts it into that space and says to Lavelle, come on, you run onto it. You've got speed. This occasion, the defender was in the right place, but it's such a tempting ball and very difficult to defend against.
Fishlock. Huerta thought about it. Lauren Barnes. Off to Lavelle. Lots of pressure there. Lester all over Lavelle. Head-to-head battle, and it should be OL Reign ball. It is. Barnes will throw it in. Well over 15,000 career minutes in the NWSL for Lauren Barnes. All-time leader in minutes. NWSL history. All, by the way, with OL Reign, which is an accomplishment in itself.
It certainly is. Players do move around in this league quite a lot, so to stay with one club for a long time, it's credit to the player and the club for keeping them.
And you see Laura Harvey was really pleased with that Angel City performance. Of course, down 2 goals, stormed all the way back to not just get a draw, they won that game in LA, which has proved to be a very tough place to play for any opponent. And OL Reign was able to, again, get behind Tobin Heath. The late goal. First road win. Very surprising, and now they're looking to make it 2 in a row here in Fanley Stadium in Louisville. Fishlock cuts it to Rapinoe off a little chip.
And in that particular match against Angel City, they weren't just lucky, they had a much better XG, so they deserved the victory, even though they left it very late.
Aitama almost came up with it, and she's going to earn a corner. Just didn't give up on that play, Jordan Aitama. A set piece opportunity.
And Laura Harvey very excited about Jordan Aitama. Said under the circumstances, her match in the last game, her debut match against Angel City, she played extremely well, given that they threw her in the deep end. No Bethany Balser. Tough role to play up front.
Balser is out today again with an illness, as Rapinoe sails that one to Huerta. Malay with a nice little tackle. Fishlock, Huerta. Little, Fishlock off the service. That one curls out.
Poor cross there, but nice build-up play around the edge of the box, and certainly OL Reign on the front foot. That match, by the way, against Angel City, their first win on the road, but it might have given them the confidence to come here and say, well, if we can do it at Angel City. Laura Harvey is saying that vibe at Bank of California Stadium was absolutely phenomenal. If they can do it here, then you pretty much think they can do it anywhere.
Well, OL Reign has had so much success at home. They played 7 games at Lumen Field, and they're undefeated right now. They've got 4 wins and 3 draws in Seattle, so that has turned out really well, and like you said, it's just about picking up some road wins. And this is a 3-game road stretch. They lost to Kansas City, went to Angel City and won. Obviously, it was a little too close for comfort, I think, for Harvey, and now off to a hot start against Racing Louisville, and this is exactly what they didn't do against Angel City.
Chance here for Racing Louisville just to calm things down, because they've had the first 10 minutes and it's been all OL Reign. Kimber Jorgen must be a very worried man at this stage, because even a draw leaves them so far off that getting above that playoff line. They have to get 3 points here today, and they're 1-0 down already.
Lavelle, lots of green. Huerta cuts it back. Again, guarded very tightly by Malay. Kim Little, Huerta, lots of short passes here for OL Reign. Rapinoe in the box, pushed down by McDonald. No call. Huerta takes a shot, and Lund punches it over the crossbar.
Very similar to the Golasso goal that she scored against Angel City, hit from outside the box, and such a good striker of the ball. That one against Angel City was with her left foot. This one here with her more tried and trusted right foot, but still a decent strike.
Yet another set piece opportunity for OL Reign. Again, it's Rapinoe. 37 years old. McDonald punts that one out. We'll do it again.
So important for Racing Louisville to concentrate now. They can't afford to concede a second. They need just to weather the storm and then work themselves back into the match.
Huerta once again off the bounce. Just a quick little shot. Lund is there to haul it in.
Katie Lund facing, I think, more shots than anybody else in the NWSL, which is good for the keeper, but probably means that your defense isn't doing the job they should be doing. In contrast, OL Reign with the best defensive record, or one of the best defensive record, they're level with a couple of teams. It's 11 goals conceded. Fantastic defense. They keep things really tight at the back, and Fallon Tullis-Joyce with the best goals against record of any goalkeeper who's played 4 or more games. So defensively, very well organized are OL Reign.
See Bjorkarin talking to Lester, who he coached in Cyprus, now in the NWSL, so they've had a connection for a while now. Free kick, of course, it's Savannah DeMello. Nothing much. Little. Rapinoe just slows it here. Fishlock lunging forward. Jess Fishlock already has a goal today. Nice pass to Rose Lavelle. Lavelle takes a shot. Lund with the off the rebound. It's cleared off by Murray, and Racing Louisville again survives.
Wow, what a combination. Rapinoe to Fishlock to Lavelle. How do you defend against that?
Long ball intended for Davis from McDonald. Again, Reign had that read pretty well. DeMello, burst of speed. McDonald flings it up for Chidiac. Cleared out.
Of course, a player missing for Racing Louisville. We've got to mention Nadia Nadim on the bench. Kirsten Davis coming in, which was a bit of a surprise decision given that the hopes of Kim Bjorkegren have been very much around Nadia Nadim, so I don't know if she's picked up a little bit of a knock. The other change, Julia Lester in for Freya Olofsson. And Sotaro then becoming more of a third centre-back or maybe a defensive midfielder. So just the 2 changes from the team, Racing Louisville team that lost 2-1 at home to Portland.
Yeah, Nadim has 2 goals this year. Very short amount of games. This one thrown in, intended for Davis again. OL Reign able to push it out. DeMello resets here for Racing Louisville. Murray. Again, Satara Murray, 29 years old. This is just her 2nd game this season with Racing Louisville. And she was with Jamaica, of course, representing Jamaica on a world stage, CONCACAF play, and helped them secure a World Cup spot. It's the 2nd straight time that Jamaica is going to the World Cup. They went in 2019.
We've had some wonderful international football, haven't we? Got to mention the Lionesses very quickly, get one in for England, and say well done to Germany. By the way, I thought under the circumstances, missing star players still put up a fantastic performance.
Well, I know Laura Harvey was really excited about that too, just because of, all the work that she'd put in throughout her coaching career, just trying to get, girls and women's football to be taken seriously on a national stage, and of course in the UK, and England is able to show out this weekend. And there is an NWSL connection. Rachel Daly was a part of that team, of course a huge part of Houston, so just a lot of fun.
Brilliant football. Brazil, they won it in their tournament against Colombia 1-0 with a penalty, so that was exciting to watch. South Africa, they beat Morocco away to win. Fantastic performance there as well. And of course USA finishing top ahead of Canada and Jamaica.
For Davis, Tullis-Joyce dives on it.
Tullis-Joyce, as we mentioned, only 11 goals conceded, lowest, and best goals against average. She's been in fantastic form this season, and as the star players like Rapinoe come back into the OL Reign side, and they've bought a couple of players, Tobin Heath, Kim Little, suddenly this team has got really strong. It's got a good defense now. The attack is coming together as well.
Well, Tullis-Joyce and Lund are two of 4 keepers that have played every single minute in the NWSL. McLeod for Orlando, and then Harachich for Angel City.
Talking of changes, we mentioned Racing Louisville's OL Reign, just the one from the team that won 3-2 at Angel City. Megan Rapinoe obviously in for Zierra King, who's on the bench. And as you mentioned, no Bethany Balsa or Angelina at this moment in time.
Well, King scored 2 goals the last time these two teams played, the very beginning of May. She had a brace, and it was a 2-2 draw. So we'll see. I'm sure they will use her at some point to replace whether it's Haitama or Rapinoe, and obviously she made some noise last time around. Again, in the second minute, OL Reign was able to strike. It was off Jess Fishlock, although right away in the first play of the game, they had a very good opportunity from Rapinoe to Rose Lavelle. Just kept that momentum going. Eventually able to score as Lund stopped that first shot. Couldn't get that one that Fishlock had.
Acres to play in here, Fishlock. Look, nobody's closing it down. She's taking her time. Waiters bombing down the right. It's just all too easy for OL Reign at this moment in time. It could all change, of course.
Rapinoe's tripped by Leicester.
Interesting, Leicester's playing in the midfield, and Sotara Murray has remained at centre-back. I thought for a while they might switch the two, but that's the way it is at the start of this match.
Hyatt, Quinn. Haitama. Huerta looking to track it down, and it's too far ahead.
Right idea. Just put a little bit too much on that Jordan Haitama. Laura Harvey, she was so pumped up against Angel City. She really was desperate for that win and to get a victory on the road. I think now she begins to believe that her team are good enough to make a real run this season, because they're still not absolutely guaranteed of making those playoffs. They're just inside the playoff line.
Well, I think what we're learning in the NWSL, nothing is guaranteed right now. There's been a ton of movement, and you know, I think San Diego has really cemented themselves as one of the top 3 teams, but after that, who really knows? Is Haitama with a pretty strong shove there over the back of Howell, who gets some help up.
Not quite sure that was a foul. I thought Haitama won that cleanly and easily. Let's have a look at it again. Did she maybe put an elbow up or anything? I don't know what else you can do there. You're taller or higher and bigger than your opponent. You're going to bump them in going for the ball. But anyway, the referee's decision is final.
Again, you see Jalen Howell, of course, the second pick in the NWSL draft last year. She's played second most minutes of any rookie, as Haitama has her shot blocked. That's Murray who gets in front, and now Murray is a little banged up, slow to get up here. Haitama gets up pretty easily.
Murray doing well in the end to get that tackle. I thought Jordan Haitama had got through. That's a beautiful ball. Have a look from Rapinoe. She's ahead now, Haitama. I think she's got her body in front. And just as she takes the strike, Sotara Murray gets a block on that. Good defending.
Another corner on the way for OL Reign. They've had a handful of these here in the, not even a half an hour into this one. Rapinoe, see Little, Haitama, Quinn floating around mid-post. Lavelle cutting through towards the back post. Haitama off the crossbar, the second chance from Cook. Still dangerous here for OL Reign. Barnes tries to swing it in. Huerta, Rapinoe goes out.
How good was Jordan Haitama at that far post yet again? What a wonderful header of the ball she is. Have a look as she gets up here. Towers above the others, hits it back. Cook on the volley, hits the crossbar, so close yet again. So that's borderline a free kick as well. Have a look what happens here. Cook goes to head it. Then there's a very high boot. But great chance for OL Reign.
Well, they're at it again. Lavelle, Huerta, service in through the air to Haitama again, and this time it's redirected wide. Well, usually OL Reign, they'll go to Balser a lot through the air, and I mean, what a collaboration they could have on their hands if they can also use Haitama.
Absolutely. Wonderful, wonderful jumper and header of the ball. One of the best I have seen in the NWSL. I think the other one is Korniak.
Right. Who
gets up also and is brilliant. But what a great player to have. It's an option for you from all these set pieces.
Rapinoe plays it up. Huerta slips past everybody. Hyatt. Huerta again. Quinn. Barnes, Fishlock, back and forth. Just lots of completed passes here for OL Reign. Barnes off a service, tripped up is Malay, and almost an opportunity there for Haitama. Just took a weird hop.
Yeah, defensive error there, and I don't think Haitama was expecting it. She just tried to square the ball, but she's just causing nothing but trouble there as far as Racing Louisville are concerned, and Katie Lunn must be a little bit worried about her defense. When you look at OL Reign, every single player is a threat. Haitama in the air, Megan Rapinoe, just brilliant awareness of where to play the ball. Jess Fishlock, great finisher, runs at the defense, and I can go on and on. And that's the problem, is you leave any one of them alone, Rose Lavelle, Huerta, and they can punish you, OL Reign. It's a really, really good team.
Well, I should say that was Emily Fox, actually, who got a little tripped up. Fox, of course, was with the U.S. women's national team, and they're very happy to have her back racing in Louisville. Putting her in at that left back spot. Racing Louisville's really used Fox all year, but something that Bjorkegren has said over the course of the season, you would like to see her just get more touches in the opponent's box, have some more scoring opportunities.
Quinn just appealing for a free kick. They believe that they got tripped up there, and so does coach Laura Harvey, but referee Laura Rodriguez doesn't agree.
Rapinoe. Lavelle, Huerta on that right side where she's so dangerous. Bonner coming up. Center back Gemma Bonner. Slicing it through to Jess McDonald. Here's an opportunity for Racing Louisville. In the box, McDonald off to Davis, and it's intercepted by Cook.
What a pass from Gemma Bonner. Absolutely brilliant to get to McDonald. You just wonder if she had Nadim in the middle, whether it might have been a different outcome.
Murray with the shove.
Rapinoe's just saying that was the second.
Yes,
maybe a few choice
words. Again, that's what got Rapinoe in trouble the last time around. She actually, it was for a little bit of jawing at the referees where she got that second yellow, but happy to have her back. Rapinoe, Haitama sends it wide. Nice save by Harvey.
If you're a Racing Louisville fan at this stage, you must be really concerned, because sitting near the bottom of the table, desperate for points, this really is a must-win game now. If they lose this, their chances of getting above the playoff line are limited, very limited. And they're being absolutely played off the park at the moment by this fantastic OL Reign side.
Lester is called for a foul. Bjorkegren not too pleased. Her and Rapinoe have been going head-to-head a lot. Now Rapinoe just talking to Rodriguez, getting the referee today. Let's take another look.
Rapinoe does well there. She leans back into Julia Lester there. I think that's why Kim Bjorkegren's got that look on his face. Clever bit of forward play from Megan Rapinoe.
From Barnes. Floating up again, trying to find Haitama through the air. This time Fox has it red. There's Emily Fox. Chidiak. Full speed ahead. Fishlock got back though. Made it difficult. Howell waits for it. Rapinoe, what a hustle play there. Quinn. Rapinoe. Little. Lavelle in the area, floats back out. Turn squares, Rose Lavelle off to Kim Little. Little takes a shot, Lund with a kick save. Off the rebound, Chidiak. Now Fox. Quinn breaks that up. Rapinoe. Full 360, still has possession. Huerta in space. To Haitama, saved by Lund. What a stop from Katie Lund. That was going in the corner.
That is a brilliant save from Katie Lund. I thought that was in the back of the net. What a fantastic move, but the space OL Reign are being given. Again, Huerta with the cross, fantastic save. She's going one way, Katie Lund's got to come back the other. Jordan Haitama must have thought she had scored there. Brilliant goalkeeping. But the space for them all to play, and it all starts with Megan Rapinoe turning in midfield, head up, spraying the ball out wide to the right. And at her age, Megan Rapinoe, and given what she has done in the world game, she could very easily just retire, but she plays on, and she plays on with heart and with energy. Absolutely fabulous player, legend of legends, Megan Rapinoe.
Again, Rapinoe set the tone with that first early cross to Roosevelt in the box, literally the first play of the game, and since then, OL Reign has looked very sharp. We got a foul, and this is going to be OL Reign ball. It does look like we might have an injury. You see Fox right there holding her face. Again, Emily Fox is such a crucial part of this Racing Louisville team. You would hate to see her be injured. Let's see.
Huerta and Fox fighting there. Maybe it was Huerta's left arm that bumped her in the face as they fell. I don't think there was anything intentional, just two of them grappling for the ball.
Well, trainer will come out, and again, looks like holding the nose could have been landed on awkwardly. Of course, Fox and Huerta are teammates on the U.S. women's national team, and were a part of that team that won the CONCACAF championship 1-0 against Canada. They're usually playing together,
yes,
though, from left and right.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think there was anything intentional in it at all. I just think they both fell, and the angle at which they fell, it was Huerta's elbow probably that made contact with Fox's face, as Kim Bjorkegren towering above his players.
Against Malay, yeah. Yeah, you take a look at, Bjorkegren talking to Lauren Malay. Malay is the player that has seen the most time in Racing Louisville history. She's nearing 40 matches with Racing Louisville.
She played in every Louisville game in the history of the club?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's a nice record to have.
Yeah, remember, this is only the second year for Racing Louisville. It's easy to forget because we have Angel City and San Diego in the mix now, and they're the babies of the NWSL, but Kansas City and Racing Louisville just in their sophomore season in the league.
But given how well San Diego started and Angel City, it doesn't leave Racing Louisville many excuses. You can say it's a second season, but if those who are in their first season are doing that well, then that's the pressure that's on Racing Louisville at the moment. So far, 8 points behind as we see. This is the goal from earlier. Just takes a little bit of a deflection off Gemma Bonner and into the corner. Have a look at it again. Good finish, Jess Fishlock. Really good one. Katie Lund, no chance. She's made a couple of great saves. By the way, if it wasn't for the goalkeeper, this could be 3 or 4-0 already.
Absolutely. Lund just made a phenomenal save a couple of minutes ago. Stopped Haitama from scoring her first NWSL goal, as Fox again appears to be a nose injury. So we got a pause in play right now. And again, Racing Louisville fell all the way to the bottom of the table. Only North Carolina has a worse record right now than Racing Louisville, or I should say the least amount of points. And the thing with North Carolina is they have so many games in hand that a lot can change for them. And for Racing Louisville, this is 8 games without a win. Last year they went to 9. They don't want to hit that record in their sophomore season.
They don't, but they're heading in that direction at the moment, because at this stage of the game you can only see one winner. And that's what's concerning Kim Bjorkegren. But, of course, things can turn around. You are the home side, Racing Louisville. However, in the last 8 games, they lost 5. 4 of them were at home. So it's not like your home ground is a fortress. And what I'm seeing from OL Reign is just nothing but brilliance in every part of the pitch. So really is a battle for Louisville at the moment. It's a battle for Fox as well.
Yeah, Fox still dealing with that injury, waiting on the touchline. We'll see if she's able to come back in. If not, that is a huge storyline. It looks like Fox is going to come back in. She does look uncomfortable, but she will play. Haitama Swerving through off to Rose Lavelle. Lavelle has a pair of goals this year for OL Reign. Push back a little, resets. Barnes loses it. DeMello takes off. Savannah DeMello, a rookie for Racing Louisville, and Fishlock denies. Fishlock the other way. Up the middle, left for Haitama. Can she save it? Yes. Haitama crashing in. Bonner goes flying up, and it's a corner for OL Reign. Bonner can't believe it.
Just wonder if this was goalkeeper's ball. Okay, this is the other end. Great tackle from Jess Fishlock there. Head up, she's looking. She's got Rapinoe to her left, but she goes for the ball now. Is this goalkeeper's ball? She decides not. In the end, Haitama doing really well to keep the ball in play. And it does look like it's a corner. There's a complaint from Racing Louisville, but another set piece. You keep in count. What is this, 7 or 8 corners? And this sort of pressure from corners, they had one goal from a corner already. You know, it's very difficult to deal with them. And it's always a chance of another one going in the back of the net.
Well, we'll do one here for Rapinoe. Bounce right back out. Rapinoe tries it again, and Lund cuts that one off.
A little bit of height on it, that's perfect for the goalkeeper to come and fetch, but definitely a threat at set pieces.
So that was 8 corners now for OL Reign.
Wow.
None on the other end for Racing Louisville.
Now, they haven't threatened at all, have they, Racing Louisville? And you speak to any player or coach, when you give away too many set pieces, it's just a matter of time before the opposition are going to get a lucky bounce, a lucky header, something go their way. So you can't afford to keep giving these corners. They're looking at expected goals, 0.05 for the home team, which basically is 0. 1.43 for OL Reign, which is halfway between 1 and 2. So it could easily be 2-0, which is basically what we said. The number of good saves, very good saves, in fact, that Katie Lund has made. But for her, they'd be in worse trouble, Racing Louisville.
Yeah, and Cook, the center back, had one off the crossbar in this half as well. So there's been a lot of action for OL Reign. And like you said, it probably could be a heftier lead than it is. And for Racing Louisville, what that means is you're still in this game very much. Maybe a goal against the run of play, and all of a sudden you're right back in it. Huerta. Lofted in. Rapinoe! That one goes wide.
That's another opportunity. Thumbs up, because it's a great ball in, but you're allowing one of the best players that's ever played the game to sneak in at your far post. Huerta, what a wonderful player she is, by the way. Another setup, and maybe expect a bit more from Megan Rapinoe from there, but nonetheless, there's chance after chance being created by OL Reign. Yep, no wonder there's a thumb up there for Huerta.
Again, OL Reign took the lead pretty much immediately in this game. 2nd minute from Fishlock, an assist for Rapinoe, and they haven't looked back since. Davis. Racing Louisville tries a cross, and a corner is earned. Went off Hyatt.
Balls from the crowd, I think, just for the corner. Something to get excited about, something to hopefully build on. And as you quite rightly said, you know, from this, maybe they get an equalizer. Might be against the run of play, but they don't care. Just to try and get themselves level at half-time. Just give them something to build on.
Well, this team can be pretty dangerous off these set pieces because they have somebody like DeMello who's pretty accurate here. So we'll see what they go to. Sometimes you'll watch Bonner float in. Another dangerous play in the box, but play on, as we've got a pretty nasty injury, I think.
Looks like there's a head wound, and you can see by the player's reaction that it's a bad one. Hand up straight away to call the medical staff over, and we hope she's going to be okay. The medical staff rushing very, very quickly now. There's major concern here, and there's blood on the hand, so and it's a clash of heads as they went for that corner.
That appears to be the captain, Gemma Bonner.
You could see as she went down, you could see her hand come up straight away, calling for the medical staff. Have a look here, ball comes in. There's bang, there's that clash. Oh, it's a bad one as well. Have a look here, she goes for it. And I think it's the side of Cook's head that she heads. with the front of her forehead, and definitely some bad damage done there. Let's hope it's not too serious.
Yeah, again, Bonner is usually who they will try to get to through the air, and obviously Cook and company knew that.
Big concern for Kimber Yorkegren. It just shows you the commitment of players. A lot of folk watching on TV think that, yes, they run around and get stuck in, but these players put body on the line every game, lunging tackles, headed balls. Already seen Emily Fox take a smack in the nose, and this one looks a lot worse than that. Laura Harvey concerned, even though it's not her player. You never want to see somebody go down that badly. I think players and coaches on both sides just totally concerned that Gemma Bonner's going to be okay.
Yeah, and when you talk to Bjorkegren and you talk about everybody that matters to this team, the first two players he brings up in terms of leadership is Nadia Nadim and Gemma Bonner. He says when he's looking for people to help players like Howell and DeMello along in their NWSL careers, he's always talking about Bonner and what she is able to do. Now we're going to see, it looks like Neely Martin is warming up right now if needed. I was thinking Holloway might be an option as well, but it seems like that will be necessary to make a change here.
Yeah, and if they lose Gemma Bonner, then I think Nadia Nadim has to come on at some stage. They do have that leadership you talk about. I was thinking they need her anyway because they've had nothing happening up front at all, Racing Louisville.
Yeah, we'll see this one more time.
You'll see she heads the side of Cook's head there, bang. And she puts a lot into it as well. She threw everything at that high ball.
Cook appears to be fine, amazing there, because again, some head-to-head contact as you see Martin and...
Yeah, I think it was the side of Cook's head, and whereas it was the front of Gemma Bonner, which is the part of the head that can split and get cut badly. It's taking a long time, but that's no problem. The medical staff have to be 100% certain. And I think they're also just checking on Cook that because it was a clash of heads that she's fine. Normally ask them a few questions.
Yep, concussion protocol, make sure everybody is all right. Again, anytime there's contact to the head, they want to make sure, and it looks like Cook's all right. And see how Bonner is doing. He's going to get bandaged up there. Bonner, just a warrior right now for Racing Louisville.
Wow. How tough for you to get up there. It's lovely to see that. How tough for you to take that sort of knock and then get up and want to play more. That's amazing. And the crowd salute her, and they appreciate the commitment to the cause.
Again, Bonner injured through the air on a corner kick. And she's got the full get-up, bandage and all, and it appears she's going to come back into this game despite an apparent, definitely some blood. We saw blood for sure. Had a cut on her head, and yet, again, she's going to come back in at center back for Racing Louisville.
Just great to see her back on her feet and passing the concussion protocols. I just wonder whether, just thinking there's an option to bring in Julia Lester and drop her back to centre back and get Gemma Bonner away from having to head the ball. Wait and see what happens there.
Howell goes for a header there. Malay trying to get it back here for Racing Louisville. Lavelle, Little, Fishlock in the middle, sends it left to Rapinoe. Rapinoe ahead to Little. Little trying to edge out the defense there, and Fox is able to clear.
Again, that Rapinoe Fishlock combination, so good on the one side. Kim Little, these are all experienced players. All those three that I mentioned, all in their 30s. They know how to play the game.
Lavelle, we got a whistle before that. Offside.
The fans are still energetic, even if their team are not getting many chances.
Well, there's a lot of fans in the crowd that are not people. It is a day to celebrate all the dogs around Louisville. They're calling it Pups on the Pitch. And so tons of dogs out to the park today, Lynn Family Stadium. So a couple with some kits on too, these
We
special
did.
Racing Louisville kits.
As we come to the close of the first half, it's been one in which it has been all OL Reign. They have been absolutely magnificent. They deserve, in my opinion, to be 2 goals up, if not more. And they had chances in the first minute, second minute, which they took. They hit the crossbar. The goalkeeper, Katie Lunds, made not 1 but 2 or 3 fantastic saves. It really could have been a lot worse for Racing Louisville, so you take the benefit. And I'm sure Kim Bjorkgren will say, look, we haven't been that good, but at 1-0, we're still in with a shout.
We're going to get a lot of stoppage time, 7 minutes of stoppage time because of that Bonner injury. So lends itself to a swing in one direction. Someone is willing to take it. Rapinoe ahead to Little, not on the same page. You can tell they wanted that one back.
Rapinoe just grabs her face. I think she put too much on that. Didn't give Kim Little a chance yet. She raises her hand, shakes her head. So there's the 7 minutes. I think just from what you saw from Megan Rapinoe, she felt that she didn't cushion it enough. You have to put it in Kim Little's path, make it easy for her. There was way too much pace on that. But you know, for a world superstar, Megan Rapinoe, she holds her hand up when she makes mistakes. She's a team player. She works with those around her. There's no one. She's not trying to be something special, even though she is. She's a real team player.
Well, she's got a Presidential Medal of Freedom now, so Rapinoe's done a little bit of everything. Here comes Davis on the other end for Racing Louisville. Rips a shot and she scores! Racing Louisville with the equalizer.
Great strike from Kristen Davis. Absolutely brilliant. It's the first chance that Racing Louisville have had, and they stuck her straight in the back of the net. But she's been struggling to score, Kristen Davis. She's had so many chances and not been able to stick one in the back of the net. And when she does score, it's against the goalkeeper with the best goals against record in Fallon Tullis-Joyce. And we were talking about taking something into the locker room, Racing Louisville. Well, they have. They've managed to equalize in a game in which really they don't deserve to be level, but they are.
For Davis, that's her first regular season goal this year. We were wondering who was going to kind of step up. Without Nadim starting today, looking for more offensive options. They placed Davis in the middle of McDonald and DeMello, and it works out.
It's a great finish. She had Cook closing her down, managed to tuck it away. But really, it's a bit of smash and grab by the home side, and perhaps that's when you look at OL Reign and say, for all the chances you had, yes, unlucky with the crossbar and that, but you needed to take the second and third one and try and put this game to bed. They haven't done that. And now they've got to do it all again in the second half, and whatever minutes are left here in the first half.
Well, there's Fishlock again, scored in the 2nd minute for OL Reign. They have had a dominant performance, and yet we are level right now because of that Davis score. Well, we'll see if we've still got some time in stoppage time. We're in the first half. From Barnes, in the air, Cook trying to go for it. Haitama, Cook again, still in the air. Bonner goes for the header. Malay, all the way back. There's Davis putting some pressure on Kim Little. Again, we're at Lynn Family Stadium, stoppage time, Racing Louisville and OL Reign. Lavelle, maybe one final push for the visitors. Haitama, broken up by Fox Lund. Boots that out.
That's a great time for Kirsten Davis to score, because in previous games she has, along with OL Reign's Ali Watt, had the most shots on target without scoring a goal all season. As an OL Reign fan, go Rose. Lavelle. So for Kirsten Davis to score, just gets that problem off her back, and now she can point to 1 goal in 11 appearances and say, hey, I've contributed, and give me the ball more often. Let's see what else I can do.
Well, when they had Nadim at Euros, you know, they asked a lot of Davis. Finally gets her first goal in the regular season. Let's see if this is a ripple effect for Racing Louisville. Leicester still in stoppage time. McDonald breaking ankles out here. DeMello in the area. Leicester. Quinn ever so steady. Haitama. Fishlock has some space. Again, wide to Rapinoe. Nice tackle by Bonner. Quinn. DeMello head to head. And now we got a foul.
Gemma Bonner saying, if you get past me, I'm going to make sure you don't go any further, and brings Quinn down just as Quinn was trying to find. And Rapinoe saying, how many times are you going to allow these tackles? I think that's her point, because Rapinoe was wide and she was free. And it was a clever professional foul from Gemma Bonner just to slow everything down.
Well, we're still going here in the first half. We saw a stoppage time goal from Racing Louisville. Now Barnes, and Lund is able to just shade that one out.
Just giving advice and pointing direction. Laura Harvey's got an interesting team talk to give. Don't know what you say to a side that's looked so fantastic. I guess just don't lose it. Like that ball there wasn't a good ball in. Nobody gets on the end of it. It's like the energy is just going out of OL Reign. Yep. Frustration for the coach. She's feeling it as well. Somehow she's got to settle them down and get them back on the front foot, because I just think they have been brilliant in this first half and should be in a much better position than they are.
Over the back on Haitama. Jumped over Howell. Again, Bonner playing with a bandage, was injured on a corner kick. Lots of blood. Appears to have split her head. They just wrapped her up and she's back in. It seemed like that's when things started to shift a little bit for Racing Louisville. The energy, you know, sort of been taken up a notch, and they just scored a minute into stoppage time. We're still going here in the first half.
That's the commitment. Emily Fox getting that bang on the nose, right. And then Gemma Bonner. It's like the rest of the players are feeding off that commitment and saying, well, if they can do it, so can we.
McDonald lofts that one towards the back post, whiffed by Huerta. Malay comes in. Fox, here's a service. Headed wide, that's Howell. And that will be the whistle for the end of the first half. So, it's OL Reign right away. Jess Fishlock scores in the 2nd minute. And all the way at the end of this half, Racing Louisville finally finds the equalizer from Kirsten Davis in stoppage time. And that's where we sit, even at 1 apiece between Racing Louisville and OL Reign.
Yeah, and expected goals 0.08. So even the goal they scored from Kirsten Davis wasn't expected to score. It was very, very well taken by her. Absolutely brilliant. 1.56 expected goals for OL Reign. They should probably be around 2 goals. So yeah, it's all been OL Reign, but the scoreboard says it's level at 1-1.
Well, again, halftime at Lynn Family Stadium. We will take a break and be back for the final half. Don't go anywhere. Again, a good one between Racing Louisville and OL Reign.
We'd like to wish a happy anniversary to Angela and Ken Hagan. Visit NikeSoccer.com for all the latest news and information on Nike Soccer products. When you can't watch your favorite team in person, be sure to tune in and watch. All NWSL games are available on either CBS, CBS Sports Network,
Welcome back here to Lynn Family Stadium. It is a midweek matchup between Racing Louisville and OL Reign. We've played one half of action, and we are level at 1 apiece. Alongside former Manchester United keeper Gary Bailey, I'm Maura Sheridan. Glad to have you along with us. So what happened right away was OL Reign just showed out. Had an early look from Rose Lavelle off a beautiful cross from Megan Rapinoe, and then about a minute later they actually do score in the 2nd minute. Jess Fishlock with that tally. Rapinoe gets the assist, and after that OL Reign seemed poised to at least get another one. They don't. They allow Racing Louisville in stoppage time to score, and Kirsten Davis with her first goal in the regular season, and that's where we sit. It just seemed like it was OL Reign in the driver's seat until it wasn't, Gary.
Oh, absolutely. They were fantastic in the first half. Hit the crossbar. Katie Lunds made, I think, 3 saves which were heading to the back of the net and possibly should have gone in. It could easily have been 4-1 by halftime, and in fact, even the one that they did score, Kirsten Davis, it was a tough one. She was being closed down by Cook, managed to get the shot off and stick it past Fallon Tullis-Joyce. So it really is a surprise result, but it's something Racing Louisville can build on. However, if they come out second half and they allow OL Reign to come at them the way they did, they're going to be in trouble. And when I say allow it, sometimes it's difficult to stop. You've got Rapinoe running at you from one direction, and maybe what they've been discussing this at halftime, these players saying we need to raise our game. Rapinoe, Heitema winning the high ball, Jess Fishlock running at you, Rose Lavelle. It's just been such a difficult first half, and yet they come out of it 1-1. There's Nadia Nadim on the left, so maybe it's time to throw her on and try and get on the front foot.
Well, we were talking about keeper play. Lund has 8 saves. 8 saves in one half for Lund. Unbelievable performance. Again, she has played unbelievably so far, as it sounds like we will get that Racing Louisville sub. So Nadim will come in, and she'll take out Emily Fox. So Fox was a little bit banged up. She was dealing with an apparent nose injury, and so Nadia Nadim will come in for Emily Fox. That's the sub for Racing Louisville.
I'm assuming Julia Lester drops into the back 4, and they just rearrange themselves there. So having Julia Lester there actually makes it a little bit more convenient to make that change. And you're right, Emily Fox did take a real bang on the nose there in the first half, and might be a little bit of concern about concussion with that.
Nadim on the year for Racing Louisville is coming back from an ACL tear. So she tore her ACL last year and basically took the shortest possible route to get healthy from that. They give you a window of months, and she was on the shorter side of that in terms of recovery. She got back, she got healthy, she came back, she made a difference in a couple games for Racing Louisville, and then she had to go to the Euros to play with Denmark, and so they haven't been able to have her consistently, Nadim. But of course, anytime you talk to Bjorkegren about Nadia Nadim, he has a lot of nice things to say. Again, she has 3 goals already on the year for Racing Louisville since becoming healthy.
And that's just in 4 appearances.
Right.
So absolutely fantastic. You've got a brace against Washington Spirit where her and Jess McDonald combined for both goals, and that's the combination that you'd be looking for here if you're a Racing Louisville fan. Can they work together, those two? It didn't seem to work that well in the last match against Portland Thorns, but certainly they're 2 very experienced players. Jess McDonald, 34, Nadia Nadim, 34, both mature players who should be able to link up well together.
Well, Nadim had a brace against Washington, like you mentioned, and the team was down 2-0. So she came in, entered the game, and just made a complete difference in the second half. All of that happened in the second half for Nadim. So she's absolutely a difference maker. We've already seen it this year. We'll see if she can do it again. It's DeMello, this time for Racing Louisville. Heitema with that swipe, pushes it back the other way for OL Reign, but Murray's there to pick it up.
A lot depends for Nadia Nadim on getting service. She wouldn't have done well in the first half because there was hardly any service up front. You just maybe sense that Racing Louisville are taking the little bit of luck they got and being a lot more positive and on the attack from the go here.
Malay stepped out. Again, you see DeMello, Malay. Those are the players that Racing Louisville has relied on for this entire year. And if they want to take the lead, some good options to do that. Again, it's been 8 games without a win for Racing Louisville as Lester, through some contact, gets past Megan Rapinoe.
Yeah, that plays on the back of your mind. 8 games without a win, you start to worry. As you mentioned, the record is 9. And in the first half, you thought they were certainly going to reach 9. Suddenly there's hope for Racing Louisville, but they've got to break that run, and they need the 3 points to start climbing the table. So it really, even this result, as good as it might be given the circumstances, is not enough for Racing Louisville, I don't think. They have to go for 3 goals, and they have to be more positive.
Handball, hit Howell. So a free kick spot here for OL Reign. Nadeem helping the defense get set here. Home side, all knotted up with OL Reign at 1 apiece. Rapinoe, Barnes float up top. Looks like it will be Megan Rapinoe to take this. We've seen Haitema through the air. That's been a main option here for OL Reign. Cook is also one of those players that can be dangerous through the air. From Rapinoe. Read nicely, but Huerta, Lund, another save, second chance, she's got it. Reaches out and makes the grab. 2 huge saves for Katie Lund.
What a match Katie Lund is having. This is one of the best goalkeeping displays seen in NWSL for a long, long time. It's not only a case of a winning save of the month here with a couple of double saves. This could be performance of the year from Katie Lund. Brilliant first save, and then Jess Fishlock so sharp, and she makes another save from that, and that's not the first time she's made a double save in this match.
So at the very beginning of the year, the first game of the season, OL Reign played Washington, and Tullis Joyce on the other end had 10 saves throughout the course of the game, and that was considered to be one of the best goalkeeping performances we're going to see. And then look at Lund doing that pretty much in 1 half. Again, she had 8 saves and adds 2 more right there. Just a fantastic stand there for Lund, 25 years old, in net for Racing Louisville.
And she did get a little bit of stick for the last game. They lost 2-1 at home to Portland Thorns, and she pushed out a shot from Rocky Rodriguez to Sugita, who scored, and they lost 2-1. And Kimber Yorkegren saying, well, she needs to push it away from trouble. She can't push it into the danger area. Well, if the coach was a little bit critical of her in the last game, he has got to be so grateful for her this time around, because but for the goalkeeper, I think you can fairly say that this team would be 4 or 5 goals down at this stage in any other circumstances.
Well, in my experience with keepers, I'm sure you can speak to this, Gary, when someone questions you or challenges you, it just, keepers can be like maniacs a little bit, and that tends to, I think, get under their skin. Lund is just having one of those days. Defense backing her up there. Denied entry for Jess Fishlock.
You just wonder if the players around her are going, wow, with the keeper in this form, we've just got to believe that maybe we can sneak another goal and get the 3 points here. Absolutely stunning saves. And not, like I say, not one, but this is the 4th or 5th top class save she's made in this match. I mean, as a keeper, you get to make 1 good save per match on average. She's got 4 or 5 already in this game.
Rapinoe to Little, broken up. DeMello got tripped up and still got in front of that pass. Chidiac pokes it to McDonald. Jess McDonald back to Chidiac. The Australian moves to the center and passes it right to Rose Lavelle. Got a foul there against Rapinoe.
Just a bit of shoulder to shoulder, nothing serious there. Gemma Bonner winning the free kick, and she'll take that, just settle things down again. Good first few minutes in the second half for the home side, and then as usual, OL Reign start coming at you from all angles and creating opportunities.
Again, Racing Louisville just has 2 wins on the year. Davis, the goal scorer. Nadim. Chidiak. Howell. DeMello. Pushes it back to Howell. Little with that takeaway. Kim Little off to the races here for OL Reign, leading past to Rapinoe, and Bonner breaks that up. Lester, Bonner, the touchline. Cook keeps it in, settles for OL Reign. Just saw the 1 sub for Racing Louisville. Again, switching out Fox and Nadia Nadim. We haven't seen a change yet for OL Reign, but they've got some options waiting in the wing, including Tobin Heath and Watt and plenty others.
Yeah, Veronica Letsko. Just looking at Rapinoe out wide on the left there, and I'm thinking, you know, she hasn't had a lot of football. She's probably got 10 minutes in the second half, and then the coach might say, look, you've done great, come off, and that's when Tobin Heath or Veronica Letsko will come on. So this is the firepower OL Reign have, is if they haven't caused Racing Louisville enough problems already in this game, they can bring on such quality off the bench.
And also, again, Sierra King is just waiting there with 2 goals the last time these 2 teams played, and she scored 2 goals in the matter of 5 minutes too, again in the beginning of May. Free kick for OL Reign. It's Rapinoe. And Murray just watches it bounce out.
I think she was just probably aiming for Heitem at the far post, but there was a little bit too much height on it and too close to the goalkeeper.
Well, a much different start for OL Reign, who really did start this game. At least, I mean, they got the first goal, but it seemed like they could have had 2 in the opening minute and a half of this match. And Racing Louisville has come out a little bit stronger here in the second to start the second half. DeMello gets tripped up by Heitema. And we're going to get a card against Jordan Heitema. So Fox had a card. She has exited the game for Racing Louisville, and this is the first card against an OL Reign player.
It seemed to be a bad tackle, so I'm assuming it's for accumulation. Sometimes referees will just say, well, that's the 3rd or 4th time that you've given away a free kick, so you get a yellow card that way. I still think she's had a really good game, Jordan Heitema, and there's so much more we're going to see from this player in the years ahead. I have very rarely seen any player in the NWSL get up that high and that well, and I'm sure a lot of other coaches, when they see this footage and see these highlights, they'll make a mark and think, wow, whenever we play her, we have to be very, very careful from crosses and set pieces.
And again, remember, this is just her 2nd NWSL game, and she's already firing on all cylinders here. Bonner in the box for Racing Louisville. Nothing much there as it bounces right back to Bonner. She'll wait for it. Little. Bonner with the tackle, misses there. Little keeps on going. Rapinoe takes a shot, Rapinoe, and she's wide.
Too far wide, Rapinoe, in a very, very similar position to where Kirsten Davis scored from. Left foot shot, edge of the box here. The facial expression tells you that she's not entirely happy with that finish. She wanted the ball, head up, edge of the box, got a hit target, pulls it wide of the goal. You see it from a better angle here. And it bounces along the ground, so it didn't quite connect, didn't fly in here. Yeah, she's a bit frustrated with herself because she expects better. She's a world-class player, and she expects to at least make the goalkeeper work.
And I'm sure OL Reign feels like they've left a lot on the table here. Now, we've talked about the Lund performance, but I mean, you've mentioned it. They should have a couple goals now.
Oh, they could have easily had 4 or 5. Cooks hit the crossbar from 6 yards when she maybe should have hit the back of the net. But the goalkeeper, Katie Lunders, on 3 or 4 occasions made stops that you almost thought was certain goals.
Heitema to Rapinoe. Bonner's down. Remember, Bonner's already dealing with an injury, and she's down right outside the box. Not sure if Rapinoe hit her head in that sensitive spot again. You can see that she's all wrapped up there, Gemma Bonner, and again, holding her head yet again.
I think she's indicating an elbow, but what happened was Rapinoe got up in front of her and in a good position, and Rapinoe had the position. But Gemma Bonner, as brave as can be, just comes flying through with her head to head the ball and takes the elbow as well, and that's probably on the nose. She's had a real rough day of it. You can see what pain she's in. But I don't think you can blame Megan Rapinoe because she was up earlier and in the right position to head that on. It's just the pure bravery of Gemma Bonner to come right through, knowing that she was going to get hurt.
Yeah, some players probably don't return after the initial injury that Bonner had. And she did pretty much. I mean, she stepped right back on when she could. Let's take a look at this. This is the Bonner injury.
Oh. Clash of heads. She heads the ball. Now here's the second one. Watch, Rapinoe's up earlier, and Rapinoe's leading with the elbow a little bit, but Gemma Bonner just comes flying through and gets the elbow in the face. She is tough. Wow. 2 big hits and up she gets again. But there was no nastiness. She was up early, Megan Rapinoe, and I think she's just going to come across and say sorry.
Bonner is going to have to step off. As we'll see it one more time. Again, it just, yeah, it was pretty much a full elbow, or like an extended elbow to the face. And it looks like Bonner's okay though.
But she was there first,
yeah,
so she
like
got up and she was in position, so she could claim, well, Bonner came in and headed me than the other way around. It's 50-50. Yeah, she's saying, look at the elbow in the face. And I understand that, but she was already in position and holding that position. So I can see both points of view. In the end, just happy that Gemma Bonner is okay and there's no real long-lasting damage done.
Well, all in all, it will be OL Reign ball. Fishlock. Rapinoe tries to find Fishlock. Inside to Louisville, and the angle was tough.
Well, she was trying a little back flick there, and if that had gone in, it would have been a sensational goal. But again, just too easy for them to play it through there. Rose Louisville and Megan Rapinoe rather doing so well to win the ball and make sure it got into the box. And as we see Gemma Bonner come back on, once again, OL Reign able to play their way into dangerous positions and just can't quite finish it off.
Again, a very short turnaround for both of these sides. And it's not going to get much easier, especially for Racing Louisville that has to play Friday. Both of these teams are going to play in the Women's Cup a little bit later this month, and so they're gearing up for that. And for Racing Louisville, I mean, it's going to be tough because they're just trying to put together some wins here in NWSL play, and now they have to go play this Women's Cup as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of added football at a time when you're trying desperately to get results to get above the playoff line. Probably would be more ideal to do it at the end of the season. Having said that, they're wonderful tournaments, Women's Cup, and they're great to watch as well. So you're sort of caught between the good side of it and the tough side, which is the extra games.
Bonner with the tackle there. Yeah, teams from all around the world, Tokyo, Milan. I know you're very familiar with one of the teams.
Tottenham Hotspurs. Yeah, from England. Great to see them here as well.
Davis, Huerta, and then the pull of the kit there. That's going to be a card on Davis. Well, that's the second one in the last couple of minutes, one for each side.
Huerta just getting a word to say, hey, let the referee deal with it, because Huerta for a second was about to chase after Davis. Have a look here. She turns around and goes after her, and then the referee just steps in. But it's just pure frustration being pulled back. And I think overall, OL Reign are frustrated because they know they should be well ahead in this match. And they're still struggling to get back in front. Laura Harvey, if she got a win in this match, she would set an all-time record of 82 NWSL regular season wins as a coach. Right now she's level with a couple of other coaches, so one more win, and it looked like this was an absolute certainty in the first 15-20 minutes, but it's now become a tough fight for the visiting side.
Yeah, Harvey has obviously had an original stop here, or I guess we're not in Seattle, but in Seattle and then in Utah, now back in Seattle. Just concerned about getting that W. Rapinoe rips a shot and it's off target.
And the good thing for OL Reign is 3 of their next 4 matches are at home, and they are so good on home ground. They've got Houston at home, Gotham at home, Orlando away, and Chicago at home. So Laura Harvey looks a bit stressed now, but if they win those 3 home games, they're in a very good position to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, traditionally Lumen Field has just been really difficult for teams to play at because it is, you know, such a hostile environment in a good way. If you're on OL Reign, they've got a very loyal fan base in Seattle and really embrace the soccer culture there. Cook. Hyatt, center back today for OL Reign. Haven't seen Nadeem too much here since she's checked in. Lavelle falling, still gets a pass off to Kim Little. Little in the area, takes a shot, and it's just off. Tries to tuck it in the corner, Kim Little.
That's another wonderful opportunity for them. Laura Harvey saying, just keep it going, it's gonna come. But yeah, you can see the frustration on her face. Great play. Kim Little tucks inside here. Gemma Bonnet doesn't close it down quickly enough, allows her to come inside and should hit target from there. What are you, 12, 13 yards out? Should be able to bend it in. Oh, she doesn't miss by much, does she? So close for OL Reign. Yep, coach and player can't believe it.
Well, we got a foul right outside that circle. Goes against Howell, so it's back with OL Reign. I think if we had a tagline for OL Reign in this game, it'd be so close, and that's not what they want from this match right now. Again, trying to make it 2 wins in a row after a real nasty comeback against Angel City in LA. Silence a crowd of over 20,000 people.
Winner from Tobin Heath, and I've got a funny feeling we will be seeing Tobin Heath at some stage, and Veronica Lutsko and a couple of others come on with fresh legs and create some added opportunities. Zierra King as well. Expect to see all 3 of those on the pitch in the next 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, Heath only played 18 minutes, so expect her probably around that time. As we see Racing Louisville send in Amina Ekic. Ekic is a local hero from the area, went to high school around the area, and grew up here in Louisville, and so always exciting when Ekic can come in and provides a spark off the bench. Takes out Chidiac. Looks like Howell will come out as well. Freya Olafsson will come in. By the way, Ekic has a goal here in the regular season. Olafsson doesn't have one yet. She'll usually hang back more defensively, but...
Ekic got that goal against Orlando Pride.
Right.
That was in a 2-2 draw. Fresh legs for Racing Louisville, and that's going to help them out. They've got lots of work to do, lots of defensive work, I would suggest. You never know, but that certainly has been the way it has been most of this match.
Well, things have cooled a little bit for Lund. She hasn't seen as much action. She's certainly seen a ton in this game, but this last stretch has been a little quieter for Lund.
Oh, it's lucky for her because Kim Little had a great chance 5 minutes ago and just didn't quite get that on target. You just wonder if it's one of those matches where it's just going to all work out for Racing Louisville. But there's still, as I mentioned, there's still lots of ammunition to come off the bench for OL Reign.
Leicester. Nadim. Taken away by Rapinoe. Fishlock. Ahead to Lavelle. Rose Lavelle. Murray guarding. Haitama. To Lavelle. Nice tackle put on. Malay races back and barely gets in front of that one, because that seemed like a for sure goal. Haitama to Lavelle.
Good play, Haitama and Lavelle. Fantastic, fantastic tackle from Lauren Malay just at the critical moment. But Lavelle, lovely runner with the ball, plays it to Haitama, then sprints in. Haitama, perfect ball back. And as she's about to strike that ball, in comes Lauren Malay with a timely tackle.
Corner kick coming for OL Reign. Let's see what they run. Haitama through the air, always a great option. Short pass. Rapinoe. Leicester. McDonald touches too heavy on that one as Lavelle is able to pick it up. Slows. Quinn. Dish off and Little is pushed from behind.
That's an unnecessary push. Now you're inviting pressure. You're inviting a high ball in for Jordan Haitama. You don't need this if you're Racing Louisville. You've been riding luck or your luck all day long. You don't want to give extra opportunities. So we just hope for their sake, Racing Louisville, they don't get punished by this unnecessary free kick.
Again, Lynn Family Stadium, Racing Louisville, OL Reign. In the second half, both goals in the first. Gary Bailey, Morris Sheridan as Rapinoe. That service in. And we got a foul, Little over the back there. And so many legendary players in this game for OL Reign, and there's more waiting on the bench. We have a little bit of a warning there from Rodriguez. Again, 20-3 shots in this game in favor of OL Reign. 9-1 in terms of shots on target. But we are level.
It's crazy to think that we're level.
Yeah. Well, Lund has 10 saves now.
Wow.
10 saves.
Wow.
And 8 of them in the first half.
Phenomenal goalkeeping. But you've got to be worried as a Racing Louisville fan, because if this is your performance at
Right.
home where you've been played off the park, your stats are horrendous compared to OL Reign's. Yes, you're hanging in there, but it doesn't augur well for the matches to come if you're not creating any opportunities. Hardly any.
DeMello. Lofted up. Nobody's able to make much of that there in the box. Cleared out for Leicester. Yeah, well, Lund has been asked to do a lot over the course of this season. She now has 61 saves on the year. That is by far the most in the NWSL, and that's, you don't want to, the last thing you want is to ask your keeper to make that many saves over the course of a season. As Haitama is tripped there. Down is Haitama. Racing Louisville fans disagree as she collides with Savannah DeMello. Bonner and Fishlock both having words with Rodriguez, maybe some words with each other.
I do think it's a foul. Haitama doing so well. She just stretches here, wins the ball. And in fact, to be fair, DeMello does get a foot on it there. But she was already being tackled from behind. It's not so much DeMello's fault. It's maybe the other defender coming back who makes the contact. But Sometimes even if you get the ball, if you lunge in, it can be deemed to be a dangerous tackle. Either way, referee sees it the way it is. You've got to move on. She doesn't get the benefit of the replay that we do, Laura Rodriguez. So, and again, another dangerous position for OL Reign.
Again, Haitama was slow to get up, now just kind of moseying on over to set up for this free kick. It's Huerta. She's so strong on these and really any services that she has. Lund directing traffic. Short pass here from Barnes. Put up. Fishlock. Quinn. Blocked. That was Bonner who got in front. Huerta. Put in again. Lavelle. Huerta. Oh, that could have been dangerous. Broken up there by Malay.
Well, once again, Racing Louisville living dangerously and surviving.
McDonald turns on the Jets. Right behind Hyatt. The boxes are out.
Still waiting for these subs for OL Reign, and you've got to think it's got to come soon. Get some fresh legs on.
Well, they just got a warning from the referee Rodriguez there.
To stay back from the edge of the pitch, yeah.
Little. Through some contact. DeMello on her back. Fishlock. Lavelle. Curls it wide. Rapinoe. Kim Little. Huerta on the wing. Cross through. Haitama. And Lund again. She's everywhere.
It's another chance. A great ball in from Huerta. Fantastic overlapping run. Haitama doesn't hit it very hard, but she's not far out. And if she gets it in the corner, it probably beats the goalkeeper. Comes through some players. That one goes straight at Katie Lund. If it's left or right, chances are she gets a goal. And that's not the first time that Haitama has been thwarted by Katie Lund.
Well, the first one was an incredible save because that was absolutely going in the corner, and somehow Lund reached out and stopped it. All right, Racing Louisville with an opportunity. It's Ekic. Takes a shot. Oh, going for top shelf, and it's just off. Amina Ekic.
Thought for a second that was going in the top corner. I was going to say 2 chances, 2 goals. Lovely run from Amina Ekic. One of the defenders slipped as she was getting into the box, so she had a moment just to settle herself. Good running with the ball, cuts inside. There's the slip, Fishlock goes down. Wow, it's not too far away, is it? Right height, but just wide of the goal. She's trying to bend it in that top corner. And Tullis Joyce was scrambling to get across. That's what they're living for, Racing Louisville. They're just living for that one little half chance to get their 3 points here today.
Well, it looks like Vanderjagt's going to come in. Olivia Vanderjagt will come in for Quinn. Well, that's the only sub for OL Reign so far. Cook. Starts from behind. Again, we haven't seen a goal here in the second half. And for OL Reign, scored 2 minutes in. And despite all of the opportunities that they have, they don't have another one to show for it. And here's danger, but offside is Nadim. A little too good to be true.
She's always a threat, Nadia Nadim, such a good player. I was so hoping Kim Bjorkegren and his coaching staff that she would link up with Jess McDonald, and the two of them, along with DeMello, would be the players to score for them.
Rose Lavelle off to Fishlock in the box. Fishlock, Lund again. Unbelievable kick save. Little. Katie Lund with the performance of a lifetime here for Racing Louisville. She is standing on her head.
I don't believe it. I just don't know how a goalkeeper makes that many fantastic saves in one match. I mean, that was almost certain to hit the back of the net from Fishlock. She was only 7 or 8 yards out. She's hit it hard. It's wide of the keeper, and out comes the boot of Katie Lund to make the save. Unbelievable goalkeeping.
Ali Watt has come in for Haitama. That is the other sub for OL Reign. McDonald's all the way to the back post for Nadim. And Nadim gets called for the foul there.
Going over the top of the defender, over the back of the defender. Just making sure that everyone's okay there.
Checking on Huerta.
Here's his chance. Rose Lavelle, lovely ball in. She takes it, Fishlock, and she hits it hard. She controls the ball perfectly, hits it. She's got to be believing that's going to go in the back of the net. Look, it's controlled, whacks it with pace. And that shot nearly takes Katie Lund's leg and twists it around. Have a look at this. The goalkeeper gets spun around to make that save. What do they have to do to beat this goalkeeper?
Well, we've only seen it once. That's an incredible lost for words. Performance. I'm lost for words. From Katie Lund. Unbelievable. And again, now if you're Bjorkegren, you're asking your team, just back her up. Once in a lifetime game. And now they want 3 points. This is very much on the table for Racing Louisville at home. 11 saves for Lund.
11. Most keepers get 2 or 3 in a game.
Tobin Heath is in. Takes a shot. Ricochets off. That was Bonner who got in front.
Yeah, Sinetta Wine also coming in there for Lauren Millay. It's been a couple of quick changes.
Yeah, so Heath took out Rapino. And again, Watt comes in for Haitama.
Well, we expected these changes. Thought they might have come a little bit earlier, but they've got just over 10 minutes to impact this game.
Well, Tobin Heath was the hero against Angel City. Played 18 minutes, took 2 shots, and scored in the 89th minute. It's our first NWSL goal since September of 2019. Of course, she's been over in the UK playing soccer. And now she returns to the Seattle side. Her rights were actually with Racing Louisville. And OL Reign traded for her before she stepped on the pitch here stateside. See if they've got more of that magic today. OL Reign, they're gonna need some late game heroics. By the way, OL Reign has only conceded 1 goal after the 60th minute this season. That's something to keep in mind here. The stats are up against Racing Louisville. Doesn't mean it can't happen.
I think the stats have been against them all
Right.
game long.
Yeah, that's been the theme for that. Corner coming.
And yet, a set piece like this, any opportunity whatsoever, take whatever gifts come your way. If your goalkeeper has a blinding match, which Katie Lund has done, you've got to take advantage of it. Maybe this is the moment for DeMello to put a really good corner in and get a lucky knockdown, get behind the defender and get a header in, whatever you can take from the match.
From DeMello, soaring through. That was intended for Olafsson, and it rolls out.
I don't think Tullis Joyce has had much to do other than the goal that flew past her. I don't think she's had more than maybe 1 or 2 saves to make the entire match.
Hasn't had a save yet, Tullis Joyce.
Not even a save. There you go. I was trying to remember if there was one. Like, I was just giving Racing Louisville the benefit of the doubt. So not even a single save. The entire match. 1 goal flew past her into the corner. Other than that, she's watched the goalkeeper on the other side have one of the best goalkeeping displays I have ever seen in the NWSL.
There's Tobin Heath. To Fishlock. Looking at some of the all-time greats here in the NWSL. Kim Little. Huerta. My goodness, this OL Reign team is loaded. Lavelle. Ali Watts. Across, fires. Heath. And that one, that's a goal kick. I think Heath might have thought it deflected off of somebody, but it did not. Again, Tobin Heath, when you just look at the numbers, 5th all-time in assists, 24 for Tobin Heath over the course of her very storied career with Portland, and now she's at their rivals with the OL Reign.
Yeah, as you said, it's a who's who for Laura Harvey in that side. But her concern right now is, how do we get a win out of a match we should be way ahead? And they're still pushing forward, though.
Little. Bouncer to Huerta. Huerta. And that one ricochets off to Mello. It's a bit of a fly ball pickup there for Lund. One of the easier grabs she's had today.
Huerta fabulous down that right-hand side. Been bombing down there and getting crosses in time and time again. They haven't dealt with her that well, to be fair, Racing Louisville. We said at the start of the match they'd have to try and close her down. They haven't, but what they haven't done is concede from all the balls that she's put in.
Nadim. Slips past to Mello. Heath recovers here for OL Reign. Off to Little. Burst of speed past Nadim. Huerta accelerates. Huerta with the service, trying to connect with Roosevelt.
I was just saying to Ali, I needed you to run earlier to give me an option. But the ball for Roosevelt, because Roosevelt's not tall, it has to be the perfect cross, and unfortunately for them, it wasn't. This is the goal from Kirsten Davis. It was the only chance I've had, the only shot I think on goal the entire match. She tucks it right in the corner. Talk about taking your chances when they come along.
So Davis will come out in favor of a defensive player in Holloway, who just returned from playing with Northern Ireland. Bondriat, Fishlock. Deflected to Mello. Heel pass. Here comes Holloway. In the middle. Tapped out. Wine. Holloway tries a little move. Looking to get in the box. Zanetta Wine. Lavelle. Locked in a battle here. Lavelle. And that one off Laura Rodriguez, a referee today.
I assume it has to be a drop for Lavelle. It's the rule when it hits the goal, hits the referee. But some good pressure there coming from Racing Louisville, from the players who just come on the pitch. On that left-hand side, Zanetta Wine combining with Rebecca Holloway, causing a few problems. By the way, Gemma Bonner, what a performance. With those knocks she's taken, with her head all bandaged up, she stayed on the pitch, she's led her team, and at this stage, against all the odds, they have at least 1 point from this match.
Cook. Tullis Joyce, Nadim with some pressure. Lavelle. Again, we're trending towards the end of this match. Will somebody come with 3 points? Again, Louisville, OL Reign here in Kentucky. They played to a draw the last time they met in the regular season. 2-2 was the score. We're at 1 apiece. Huerta looking for some help. Calling out to her teammates right now.
Good play through pressure there by OL Reign, and they've got a bit of space to work in.
Olafson for Racing Louisville. Now McDonald has some time, waits for it, blocked away. Hyatt got in front of that one. Now it's in the corner for McDonald's. Be a throw-in for Racing Louisville.
Are they going to do the impossible, Racing Louisville, and come and snatch all 3 points here?
Heath. Lavelle picks up steam. Lester denies.
Pity for Rose Lavelle there. She'd outstripped them pace-wise and then somehow sort of cut back into traffic. She could have just held on. There were white shirts running left and right of her.
Tullis Joyce. Cook, untouched. Lavelle. McDonald. Jess McDonald all alone in the box. McDonald cuts through. Can she finish? Too much on that. McDonald taps it in, and it's too high. Soared into the stands by Holloway. That was it for Racing Louisville.
That absolutely was. That was the chance they've been dreaming of. And McDonald, you can see Kim Bjorkegren can't believe. McDonald did so well, did brilliantly. Lovely ball through to break the defense. She goes around the keeper, but just knocks it too long. It needed a little tap past the keeper. In the end, she lays it up. Holloway over the bar. Let's have a look. Oh, she's got to keep it down. Got to keep over the ball. Then she's got a chance of scoring. What an opportunity. We're just saying, can they snatch this match, Racing Louisville? Bjorkegren knows that that was a fantastic opportunity to grab 3 points in a match in which, to be perfectly honest, they shouldn't even be close to being level, but they could have won it.
Fishlock with the long ball. Tobin Heath in the box the other way. And again, just Lester has been pretty good here in the second half at disrupting all of those passes and any sort of momentum for OL Reign, who frankly seems a little gassed right now. Looks like we'll get Latsko in here late.
Again, I thought Latsko might have come on just a few minutes earlier. Rose Lavelle coming off. Latsko's got that fresh energy. And the attacking talent that this OL Reign side have, it's absolutely fabulous. They're great to watch. Been wonderful entertainment. Probably give their fans a heart attack or two, but
approaching stoppage time here in Louisville, Kentucky. Van der Yacht behind Fishlock. Huerta. We're gonna get 4 minutes of stoppage time. Kim Little seems like she's gonna go the distance tonight. Huerta has some time. Towards the back post for Heath, bounces around, what? And she's wide!
I can't believe that. I cannot believe they have missed yet another chance. I don't think Laura Harvey can believe it either. I thought that had to be it. That was the moment. It dropped for Ali Watt. Lovely ball in from Huerta. Great header back from Tobin Heath. That's it. It's an open goal. It's gaping. Goalkeepers come across the one side, play it back the other way, and she puts it wide of the post. Laura Harvey on the ground, and I don't blame her. Unbelievable the number of chances OL Reign have had, and it's still 1-1.
Well, we got 4 minutes of stoppage time. Harvey is always animated on the sidelines today, and I think just some frustrations here for OL Reign. They still got some time to finish this one out. Cook. At the very end of this match, we've seen both teams have an opportunity to win it and not close out. As Heath, it's called for a foul, and she gets a yellow card.
She's claiming she got the ball, and she did. The only question is, did she go through the player to get the ball? And she's arguing. You got to be careful. You got a yellow card. You don't want a second yellow for arguing. Have a look at it here. She's about to go for the ball. I think she wins it fair and square, to be honest. Have a look there. She's entitled to go for the ball. She's entitled to use her body when she does go for the ball. I mean, it's a harsh free kick and an even harsher yellow card.
So a free kick for Racing Louisville. Again, McDonald and Holloway had a great opportunity moments ago. One back by Nadim. She's the last to touch, and her and Huerta in a little battle. Nadim's back. Fishlock in the middle. Kim Little. Heath thought about it. Now from Heath. For McDonald if she can get there. But Barnes is too good to let that happen.
Oh, dying moments for the match now, and as wonderful as this point is for Racing Louisville, it still leaves them 7 points behind the playoff line. And they're running out of games. After this, just 8 games left. It's a lot of points to make up when you consider the other teams around you will be picking up points as well. So, yeah, good result. Not a great result, and it also means they've got 9 matches without a win, their worst ever run. So there's positives to take out of this, but it also isn't quite the result they wanted.
Huerta, nifty move, puts it towards the back post, and Bonner's in front. Little. Back to Huerta. Another close call.
Wow, that ball has been whizzing across the front of that goal. Expected goals at the moment, 0.4 for Racing Louisville, so their 1 goal is above what's expected. But for OL Reign, 2.22. They should have at least 2 goals, if not more. They only have the 1, so there's no doubt they're going to leave this pitch, OL Reign, feeling that they just didn't take what they should have done, and they've let Racing Louisville off the hook. But it's all down to the goalkeeper, who's had the performance of her life. Katie Lund, take a bow.
Katie Lund with 12 saves today for Racing Louisville. She helps preserve a draw. In this one, the stats did lie, the numbers lied. Racing Louisville and OL Reign again finished in a 1-1 draw. No scores here in the second half, despite so many great opportunities. And the woes away from Lumen Field continue for OL Reign. And like you mentioned, Gary, for Racing Louisville, it's now 9 games without a win.
Good result for Racing Louisville, but overall a tough road ahead if they're going to make the playoffs. The stats weren't good. Well taken goal, by the way, for Davis. That's one of the highlights, of course. The biggest highlight, Katie Lund, out of this world performance. Best probably in the NWSL for a long time. For OL Reign, wow, so many chances. They just got the 1 goal. They could have literally had 6 or 7 tonight. They'll feel they left 2 points on the pitch, but they still managed to get 1 away from home.
That will do it from Kentucky. Again, final score, a draw between Racing Louisville and OL Reign. 1-1 is the final. From Gary Bailey, I'm Maura Sheridan saying so long. Have a great night, everybody.